Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan cast. Max, how you doing tonight, my brother?
I'm doing a good one. 2 games of Monday Night Football. I don't get it. It's kind of weird to
I
me,
mean,
but
it's nice seeing the punk ass Chargers lose, though. I gotta say, I gotta say.
that hurts. That hurts. That's my team away from team.
I know they don't like you back, though. Trust me, they love to break your heart in so many ways. Anyway, look, we don't break your guys' hearts. All right, the MJC Sports will never break your heart. And if you subscribe to the channel, we won't break your heart, bro. All right. Maybe if you won't subscribe, maybe Max will have to do something to you. Like, have you ever seen Max like after an Eagles loss? Like how he talks shit to the TV? That's what he's gonna do if you guys don't subscribe.
I feel like when the Eagles lose, I'm just like, I hate this team. I want to jump off my roof. I'm telling you, it's like I mean, you're the same way. Like you should
Yeah,
have heard
no,
him.
I'm just as
You
bad.
should have heard him. No, he's not even bad. He's just like it's like self-hate. He's like, I hate this. I hate that I buy into this every year
Yeah.
and stuff. And why aren't I a Chiefs fan? He says. And
but subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that good stuff. Comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. All right. As usual, Monday Night Football recap. We'll make it kind of fast. All right. Look, I think to sum it up, Ravens look like the best team in the league. All right. And I don't know how the fuck they lost to the Raiders week 2. Like, I think that was just like September football bullshit, just not really hitting on all cylinders. Came off from a crazy week 1 game against the Chiefs, gave them all that they had. So I don't know how that happened, but they look like the best team in the league. Second of all, with that game, why the hell was the starters in, Max, to score points?
Fantasy top Bulls had Chris Godwin in fantasy,
right?
Something like that. No, I don't know. It's this isn't the first time. I can't think of another time that this has happened a lot. We're like, why is your best players out there? And like, I thought this game was over a while ago. It was like 31-10 or something, and they got like a lucky fumble or something. It's stupid. I mean, I wonder coach is going to learn, right? Like, it's not the NFC Championship game. You know what I mean? This game kind of showed me something about the Bucs more than the Ravens. Like, just showed me like the Bucs are probably one of the better teams out of the non-elite, but there's still a huge gap between the elite teams and the good teams. And elite is Chiefs, Lions, Ravens right now. I don't really see another one unless I'm missing somebody. Maybe the
Packers.
I don't know. I gotta see a little more.
I got the Packers on my list personally, but look, Ravens look legit. Their defense is a little scary to me. I want to see them against an elite offense. Like I would
honestly, I thought the Bucs were gonna come out and kick their ass the way the game started, and the Ravens just flipped the switch and
10-0.
Dude,
right?
Derrick Henry, I think has like 710 yards through 7 games.
Yeah,
is 2,000 back on the table?
I mean, it looks like it, bro. Like I've never felt so wrong about a player, Max. And granted, like honestly, people are gonna say like, "How you're stupid for saying that? Like, why would you think it's Derrick Henry? He's on the Ravens." I guarantee you, Max. Anybody that was hyped about that signing did not think he was going to do
Adrian Peterson went to the to the Saints. We were like, "Oh, this is so great for them." And what happened was it just floundered instantly. Yeah. It was like the worst signing ever. He didn't even last like a season. It was like 6 games, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, look, just the rushing totals. It's 169, 132, 92, 199, 151. That's the last 6 games, and I mean, I don't see them slowing down because it's not like you take away Derrick Henry, the offense is gone. It's like, nah, dude, it's the pass game's alive. Rashad Bateman's looking good. Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely. I was gonna say Derek Lively, Isaiah Likely. The other tight end, Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is getting it. Yeah, it's the Ravens can attack you on all fronts, man. Yeah. They and the Lions to me are the 2 most balanced offenses in football right now. They put you in a bind with
I
everything.
think
It's not just one thing.
The Lions are a little bit better on like a level wise. I do think that, but the Ravens have that ability to just like they can impose their will. Like
So
it's crazy.
yeah, no, I agree with you. They're both physical teams. Do you want to talk about Detroit, Minnesota, or you want to talk about the Chargers at all, or just say they're fraudulent?
Look, Cardinals and Chargers, it's much expected. Look, the Chargers make every game ugly. They're the Michigan of the
But they have
NFL.
to.
They have
Yeah,
to.
they
Yeah,
have
they
to.
have
They
to.
can't. They can't. They have no receivers at all. No passing game. It's all short over the middle. Make Herbert make an amazing throw. It's nothing, and they're a year away, maybe 2 years. Truthfully,
I think they're a year away. They need to make a move for a wide receiver in the draft this year or big name free agent. Like get somebody in there because they
yeah,
need it
for
bad.
sure.
But the Chargers are going to be fine. They're probably going to win like 8-9 games this year. They're
Been
going to
saying that
compete.
all along.
Yeah, and they're gonna be a hassle for teams. Like no one likes to play the Chargers because they muck it up. They muck up the fucking game, bro. And on the Cardinals side, I want to go back and watch the film for sure on Marvin Harrison, but his body language is fucking terrible. That's all I gotta say. I want to watch the film. I don't know if he's been open, or he's just crying because he's just not getting open. But the body language is bad, Max, and I don't like it.
I will say one thing I've noticed, and I don't know if this is the OC not having faith, Kyler. The Giants make such a conceited effort to get the ball to Malik Neighbors, and I don't see that from the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And maybe they are calling plays and they're just not throwing it to him, or maybe he's just not getting open. Like I said, I would agree. We might have to go back and look at the film on this one. I mean, we do need to.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, because it's mind boggling. I don't know why you don't have your number one playmaker just force feeding them the ball. It's like with the Giants. Like I can get it if you had multiple weapons. Like let's say Marvin Harrison was on the Texans offense, just hypothetically. It's like, okay, Nico Collins eating, Stephon Diggs, other people are eating, but he's the number one playmaker on that
Yeah, it's
team.
not even.
It's not
Well,
close.
he's not. He's not. That's the thing. It's
Kyler.
like, but he should be.
Yeah.
No, it's Trey McBride. Like I see Trey McBride
Yeah.
get more plays than I do Marvin Harrison, and to me, that's just really weird because you just invested the 4th overall pick. Like I agree with you. Marvin Harrison should be it, and in my head, he is, but maybe he's not in their head,
And then
not
look,
as far along as we thought.
Even after I watched the film, I do want to put out there that a lot of people like to put a heavy load on rookies right off bat. Like, oh, they should come out, they should be balling. You see Malik Neighbors, you see Brian Thomas. Give them a little bit of time. Rookies always have this time in their season where they don't do shit. And it can be in the beginning, it can be in the middle, or it can be at the tail end. They always wind up hitting that wall. So let's give it some time. Look at a guy like Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson started off slow. I don't know if it took 6 weeks for him. I think he busted off like week 4 or 5. But it did take him, it took him more than 2 weeks to get going. So let's get MHJ some time. I do want to see the film on that though. Cardinals get the win, Chargers lose. That's Monday Night Football for you. Okay, let's go to Sunday. All right. I think the biggest storyline, Max, I think we should start off with the Chiefs and the Niners. Okay, Chiefs are undefeated. Their defense is absolutely amazing, Max. I'm not even gonna like spend
They're elite.
Yeah, they're elite, and they don't get talked about enough, honestly, because Mahomes steals the show. And look, granted, Patrick Mahomes
runs over a DB.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he makes plays when he has to. Like he's so perfect for their team. It's fucking crazy. But their defense is absolutely legit, bro. And Spagnuolo, I mean, let's see if he gets a head coaching job. Maybe he's content with just being a DC.
No, I think we found the calling. Don't muck it up.
Yeah,
don't do it. You're not a head coach. We've seen it in too many stops. We know he's not. You have found the recipe here. Like they have guys, which to me it's telling when it's like, hey, they have great players on defense, but they're never like, hey, that's enough. That's enough. We can just line up over there, guys, and we can just go we're going to win today, boys. We don't. It's like, no, let's drop a blitz. Let's get Nick Bolton screaming down the middle, untouched. And I love it. And then it's like he also gets Chris Jones one-on-ones. He gets George Karlaftis, who is probably an underappreciated pass rusher in today's NFL.
The thing
who doesn't
is,
get talked about.
Everyone loves to look at like guy like Patrick Surtain. You know, Surtain's been getting a lot of love this season. Like, granted, people forget they have the best defensive tackle in the league. I don't care. Like, I know Dexter Lawrence is having an amazing year.
That's kind of weird to go from cornerback to DT. Are you going to
no,
go
no,
with the cornerbacks?
They have the best D tackle in the league, and I think they have the best cornerback in the league, arguably, in Trent McDuffie.
Okay.
They have two guys at the best.
It's not just about them. Hold on. It's not just about Trent. It's like the other corners are pretty sticky in man coverage.
Okay. Yes. All around, they're all good. But people tend to forget that they have those two guys that are premium guys at their position. It's not just a bunch of guys.
Honestly, when I want to say Nick Bolton's like knocking on elite.
I mean, we took a L on that draft.
I mean, I did not like him coming out. But I have to say, he just makes plays week and week, and he's just there. The offense is a shit.
Besides Chris Jones, I just don't think a lot of their guys get like a lot of shine. Like, people don't look at them like the best guys at their position.
George Karlaftis, I mean, he's not an elite edge, but he's really good.
Yeah.
He's a really good up and coming. I think like he's going to be the type of guy who just pencil in for 10 sacks. He's the type of guy who gets paid by another team. Then they're like, he's not really the best edge on our team. It's like, no, he's not. He's a really good like second fiddle, right? And then you got other guys who can make plays. And I want to talk about the Chiefs' offense. This is a masterclass by Andy Reid. It was like, hey, let's just pound the ball. Let's not do anything too
Kareem
crazy. Kareem Hunt, but they were smart, right? They never were like, oh, we'll just get into third down and 10 all game. Let's just do it. It's like, no, let's do a jet sweep. Let's attack them at the boundaries. And see, the Chiefs' run game will surprise me against the Niners. I'm like, damn, that's pretty impressive. Like, I don't even know the stats. I would say they probably had about 120 rushing yards.
Yeah.
But it was a good game, man. Like, they did a great job. And Andy Reid was like, hey, let's be smart. Let's help our tackles. Let's do this. And that's why he's one of the best head coaches in football.
Yeah, they're the Patriots.
Then, like you said, and then Mahomes will make a play.
Yeah, they're the Patriots of old. Like, they just find ways to win. They're coached well as hell. They're great, bro. The Raiders play them next week. They're probably going to get their ass kicked.
And what about, you want to talk about the Niners side of things?
Yes, let's talk about the Niners. So the Niners on the other side, it's not looking good, man. They're 2-4. No, 3-4. 3-4, I believe, or
3-4.
3-4.
I'll check. I think you're right.
So Brock Purdy throws 3 picks. Honestly, one of them I don't really put on him. I think just trying
Which
to make
one?
the one
In the red zone?
No, it was the one on the left sideline. I'm showing it right now. He was throwing the pass to 10.
The Ronnie Bell.
Yeah, and it was a miscommunication.
Yeah, that's a miscommunication. Yeah, you can't blame that. The other two, it's just a case of, hey, the Chiefs know you like to attack the middle of the field, which I every week I'm like, why do teams ever, like, how do people get open in the middle? Oh, yeah, it's like, come on, dude. Guard the middle of the field. That's where they want to throw the ball. They're not a boundary throwing team. Look, guys, this is why we've talked about Brock Purdy so heavily. And I know people are going to comment and say, you just start. I've been shitting on him for like 2 years. This isn't new. And I feel like I've been right all along. And now you're seeing it because, hey, now when all the bullshit's not there, when the elite running game's not there, when you have to be counted on to make some big boy throws, shit's the bed. Again. What's new? No Debo. He has pneumonia. Brandon Ayuk tore his ACL, out for the year.
Yeah.
But Niner fans, there is a silver lining to this. Make this the title of the clip, you idiot, Juan. Thank you. There's a silver lining. I don't mean you're an idiot. I just mean everyone else. I love you. There's a silver lining. Now you get to see what he's made of, right? Let's see if he's a $60 million quarterback. Is he? I don't think so.
No, he's not.
But no. Isn't this not perfect? Like, hey, probably weren't going to the Super Bowl this year, right? But hey, all the Niner fans in our DMs, especially one, where's the MVP at? MVP, make the plays, brother. And I know you're going to say, Well, Mahomes he's thrown 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, right? Brother, his track record is not a question right here. He has been the MVP throwing for 1,000, 10,000 yards, whatever. Where's Brock Purdy, bro? Where are the game-changing plays, Juan? Where's the big boy throws? Where's the fucking throws where it's not just lofted up to Debo, let him make a play and then run for 80 yards? Where is that shit?
It's
not there anymore.
This was the first week that like it was bad. It was really bad. It really got shined on a lot because I don't even think he made like all that many great plays in this game. Because throughout the season, they've been struggling, but like Purdy has made like, oh, okay, like that was a pretty good throw, you know, like he's making some plays out there. This game he got dominated. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Doesn't mean that I mean it.
Because you love Brock Purdy.
It doesn't mean no, I don't love Brock Purdy. You fucking out of your mind. I'm gonna play devil's advocate though and say he didn't have Debo, he didn't have Ayuk. I know he doesn't have the playmakers. I get it. But at the end of the day, like he's having to play with a guy in Ricky Pearsall that just got shot, hasn't practiced, hasn't been on the fucking field, and the miscommunications with all the fucking receivers out there. Jawan Jennings was hurt, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised, Max, if in a couple weeks, like we start seeing him get the hang of it. I'm convinced that Brock Purdy is not a top 10 quarterback. Yes, 1000%. But do I think he can make some plays like how Sam Darnold's doing right now? Yes. And I think the 49ers, if they can get healthy with Christian McCaffrey, get Debo going again, they'll be just fine. And everyone's going to get tricked.
By the way, Debo's going to be out for an unknown amount of time, they said. He has pneumonia. He's in the hospital.
Yeah, he has water.
I don't know how that's.
Don't tell me that because I got him on my fantasy team. But I'm hoping for the best.
He's healthy. Start him next week. He'll dominate. Hey, by the way, you know that little rant I went on where I called you an idiot and I called everyone who like thinks he's an MVP an idiot?
Yeah.
Did I say he sucked in that rant? Did I say like he sucked? I don't think I did.
No.
But
me and you, Max, have been feeling like this forever. I mean, come on.
Bro, I'm just bashing the narrative where all you dumb Niner fans, yeah, you're dumb when it comes to this. Don't worry. Let me stop you. Sit down and take this shit. You are dumb for ever thinking he was an MVP quarterback. He's never been. He'll never be one. Just own it. He's an upgrade. He's an upgrade from Jimmy G. Absolutely. He is a far step below the top 10 quarterbacks. It's not even comparable where he is. He is a fucking product of your system, and just own it. Own it. It's all good, bro. It's a reality. He's not Josh Allen, Lamar. Are you out of your fucking mind for thinking that ever? Like, watch him play. Go watch a game with Justin fucking Herbert and look how he has to play. Look at all the high-level throws he has to make on a week in and week out basis to give them a fucking chance. Now go watch this quarterback and tell me, oh, yeah, I see that on tape. I see the 50-yard on a fucking rope. You never do with this guy. He throw it up to Deebo Samuel in 3 minutes, and he comes down with it. And you're like, oh, my God, Juan. What a throw. I wish. And, guys, I'm an Eagle fan, right? Our offense sucks. I know it. So don't at me and say Eagles suck. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. We just got our first good win ever in like 2 years.
The Raiders,
but I know
the Raiders suck too. Just want to
no. I know. I'm a hater. I'm a fucking hater because I told you the truth 2 years too early.
Yeah. I mean, we've been on this like ever since like
God,
his first.
Dude, I'm so irritated.
Like
bro.
his second start
triggers me.
We were kind of already saying this.
God damn! Oh my God! Hey, Jimmy G looked good with the Niners, and what was he with the Raiders? Crap. Never played again.
Got Devontae killed.
You wish.
I wish. All right.
God, I'm sorry for getting so aggressive. I'm just like, man. Like now they're gonna say, well, all the guys are out. I thought you didn't need him. Yeah. He's an MVP. Yeah. He's an MVP. What do you need him for?
We'll see him next week for that argument because I basically gave the argument. I wanted you to rebuttal it, Max, on purpose, just because I know the answer that Niner fans are gonna give, and that's probably the most logical one. It's like, oh, the receivers, blah blah blah. Like, let's get an extra week. So let's see. Let's get a week or two. Let's see how he looks. Because Ayuk is gone. He ain't coming back. So that train is fucking leaving. It's gonna be Debo. And it's going to be a fucking Achilles fucking hurt CMC that everyone thinks that's going to come back and be the savior. Brock Purdy's going to
Hey,
have
by
to
the
make
way,
plays.
by the way, has the Niners' run game really looked that horrible without Christian McCaffrey?
No, absolutely not.
Is him not being there really been like, oh, we can't run the ball? Yeah, you can. And one more rant. Trent Williams, shout out to you for being a sore loser. Every
That's
game you
nothing
lose,
new.
that's a big game. You get thrown out.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, bro. So sick of it. So sick of no one ever calling you out.
You know what else?
All they do is glaze you. They glaze. You're the best ever. You're the best tackle in football the last 6 years. Why can't you keep your little composure? Ever.
Agree.
Just curious.
Agree. You know who else I kind of hate, Max? New York Jets. All right.
Oh.
Let's talk about the Jets. Let's talk about Devontae Adams and his debut in Pittsburgh.
You fixed it. It's fixed.
It's fixed. This is what the Jets needed all along. They needed a receiver to tackle a DB from getting a pick six. That's what they needed. What did Devontae need to be good? A winning fucking team. I guess not. I don't think they're a winning team. And newsflash, people, Devontae wasn't gonna help out anything. The problem wasn't Devontae Adams not having Devontae. The problem with the Jets, and will always be the problem with the Jets all season, is their offensive line. They can't fucking block. And their quarterback is obviously immobile because his fucking Achilles torn last year, and he's fucking 40 plus years old. He can't fucking move. The Jets are fucked. And they went all in for Devontae Adams.
What did I say at the start of the game one? What did I say? You were listening. See if you're paying attention. What did I tell you?
I forgot. I'm sorry. I didn't listen.
You suck.
I never listened.
Way to fucking kill it. I said, man, you see the Jets PFF grades? Like they say, like they're that.
Oh
good.
yeah.
Like,
I do remember that.
What? How? It doesn't make sense. Like, dude, they get beat all the time.
Yeah.
It's constant pressure. It's constant. And by the way, Juan, I don't think that's their big problem. I think a big problem is their defense has regressed. It has taken a big step back.
You think Salah is part of that? Him leaving?
I thought he was the problem. Fired him. It's his fault.
I know, but like they've looked really bad.
I agree. Well, I will say this. Quinnen Williams is really good. Right?
Yeah.
They're weak on the edge, and they've been hurt. I understand Hassan. Dude, so let me tell you one more thing. Hassan Riddick's not fixing this fucking
Come
shit.
back.
Dude, we're pretty angry this podcast. Yeah. But no, like seriously, he's not gonna fix it. He's not a great run defender. He's cool to get, but like they don't really have anything to hang their hat on defense. I'm not like, wow, they just get after the quarterback every play. Like I see missed tackles. I see Sauce getting turned, which, fucking warms my heart because I've been saying it. I'm like, dude, this guy's overrated. Overrated a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. But look, the Jets' problems are not just, they needed another receiver. No, dude, it's like, hey, first of all, Aaron Rodgers is not that good anymore. Like, he's clearly not in the top 10, right?
Yeah.
That's okay, right?
Okay.
He's 40.
Yeah.
This Aaron Rodgers last year with the team, probably you can make the playoffs. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Breece Hall is probably their best player. And honestly, Garrett Wilson just, man, I said this, and I've been wrong about Garrett Wilson through 2 years, right? Is it 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years.
His third year. Yeah. That play right there was what I hated about him in college. I was like, man, this guy loves the body catch. And obviously, you can't blame Aaron Rodgers for that. Like, that ball hit him in the chest. Like, you catch that. But it just seems they're all out of sorts, and this is coaching. You fired your coach. Jeff Ulbrich, not a good coach. Nathaniel Hackett,
the vibe's
not
not right. The vibe's not right. It's, to me,
I will say this too: a slow start in this group of guys was they are turning. I bet, or they're all pissed off and angry, and no one's feeling good. And dude, Pittsburgh's not good, guys. I don't think Pittsburgh's that great of a team.
And I
shouldn't say they're not good.
I love how
they're not world beaters.
I love how Devontae sent like low key shots at the fucking Raiders in his interview when he was like, I have high hopes for this team. I look inside the huddle and I see all the talent we got. Like I see Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson and I'm amazed. And I just can't believe that, like, we like sky's the limit. We can't do better tonight. It's like, motherfucker, the game is not played on paper. I don't care how many playmakers you have. You need to fucking execute. So
they don't execute.
They
never
execute. They never execute. Everyone needs to be on the same page.
Yeah, I have a new nickname for Brees Hall. He is the king of the get tackled at the one. He loves it.
Gosh.
And what's cool about it, when he gets tackled at the one, they don't score. They never score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Because when you get down to that area, that O-line shows. And I just want to say this, that pick, and I did the rookies, dude, how are you not playing Olufashinu? Is he that bad? Is he banged up?
It's probably a Rodgers thing.
Could be. That's a good point.
It's probably a Rodgers thing. Little shit like that, Max. Little shit like that, where he runs it so much, where it's like, this fucking kid doesn't understand the verbiage. Don't put him in.
When you take that pick, to me, it was like, dude, if you like get to do the Tristan Wirth thing, you have an all-pro. And like, dude, if they had like a stud at right tackle, it's completely different, right?
Yeah.
Because Tyron Smith is a shell of himself. He gets beat constantly.
Yes.
Like he is a good tackle, but he's not unbeatable. Like in Dallas, it was like, oh, left side's fine. We can worry about everyone else. Now, when you have to worry about two tackles, that's tough.
And your quarterback can't move.
Yeah, but I like the inside part of their line. That's not the problem. It's the two tackles are not good.
Yeah.
And I would say injuries too. But I digress. The problem with the Jets is a lot. Like it's going to be a nightmare year. I don't believe anything. I don't think they're turning nothing around.
It's everything but playmakers.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't execute from all other phases.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, let's talk about the Steelers, who executed very well. And I think, you know what the main difference here was? Everyone's going to say Pittsburgh defense is amazing. Russell Wilson played amazing. George Pickens got back on track. You know what I fucking seen in that game? Coaching. Major coaching difference. Mike Tomlin versus an interim fucking coach. And that's what fucking happens. An ass beating in all phases of the game. They whooped their ass.
How would you? I mean, let's just talk about how do you think Russ played?
He played well enough.
Was he miles ahead of Justin Fields?
No, I don't think so. I think there's certain.
I don't
things,
think so either.
I think there's certain things that he showed off that he does a lot better than Fields, which is throwing the deep ball. Fields is not that good throwing the deep ball. Russell Wilson throws with touch, and the way that the game was going, the running game was great. So the play action, the moonshots, as fucking Chris Collinsworth loves to fucking say, they were hitting on all cylinders. And George Pickens is the perfect guy for that. But in all honesty,
I agree.
In all honesty, if they can keep this up, which I don't think they can, I don't think they're going to score that many points every game. But if they can just run the ball like this, play defense, and then hit these big shots like that, I honestly can admit that I was wrong and admit defeat and be like, hey, maybe Russ is the better option for them.
Absolutely. I don't feel like in one game, I know you had 300 yards. I wasn't like, damn, this offense was so good.
Right.
Because I saw a lot of the stuff where Russ shortcomings. I saw a lot of bad drives, and I feel like they kind of took advantage of like the Jets just turning the ball over constantly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, I give Russ a solid B. Not bad. Like, definitely give him another look. And hey, Justin Fields, dude, I think I've seen enough with him. like, I'd rather like rolling into next year, like with the 38-year-old Russ or Fields, like keep developing Fields. I feel like there's no reason not to. Like he showed enough promise where you could give him like a year, like a full year. You know what I'm saying? Like if Russ like gets like, let's say Russ like goes somewhere else next year, like I'm like, okay, we could roll with Justin Fields and still make the playoffs.
And I think one of the biggest things too, with Russ that I liked what I saw is he kind of looks like he realizes who he is. He's not trying to be Seattle Russ. He's getting the ball out pretty fast. You know, he's being smart with his decisions. Yeah, he had a couple bad throws in the beginning of the game, but hey, the guy hasn't played in a while, so I kind of give him a pass. But he looks like he knows who he is. And you know what? The Pittsburgh Steelers know who they are. They know their identity. Mike Tomlin knows this fucking team. And he knows they're not going to be a team that throws the ball all over the place. They're going to run the ball. They're going to play defense. And you know what? If Russ can just protect the ball, hit those deep shots to George Pickens, it's golden, bro. Keep him in.
And I only thing I want to say is like, man, the society and the NFL media, we act like Justin Fields is playing like at such a poor level. Like he's playing like Jimmy G with the Raiders or Carson Wentz the last year with the Eagles. He's not. He has not played poorly at all. He
Yeah,
has played just fine.
the guys that you see on
Like,
TikTok like breaking down the film of Justin Fields.
I'm like, yo.
Honestly, you need to watch more fucking film, bro, because even the good quarterbacks miss wide open guys. The good quarterbacks do.
Like, come on.
They just don't get shown a lot. But it's the fact that, you know, Justin Fields misses them. I still like Justin Fields, bro. And he's been in a tough situation back-to-back years, you know, where a team just, he has somebody on his neck, whether it's Caleb Williams or fucking Russell Wilson coming in. So, honestly, the Raiders should pick him up, bro. I would love the Raiders if I can have him. But we'll see.
I would do that in a heartbeat. Well, you know who you shouldn't pick up one? Deshaun Watson.
Oh, man. Let's talk about it. So
I don't really know what there really is to say, though. But yeah, go ahead. Finish it up.
Fuck the game. The Browns.
They suck. No kidding. Hey, here's the cool thing. Nick Chubb's back. He looks decent. Hey, good for you, man. You went through a lot.
What about the fans?
I'm happy.
You like them booing?
No, that's stupid.
It's pretty.
I know he's like. I'll say this. I'll say this, and then I don't really want to talk about much more. Look, this is going to be one of the worst trades in NFL history. Is this maybe the last down of football he ever plays? It could be. Was Deshaun Watson a top 5 quarterback for a few years in Houston? Absolutely. Yeah. Is he probably a piece of crap human being? Yeah, maybe. I don't know the guy. I couldn't really speak to that, but he's definitely rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And I get the irony of that joke. The irony of those words I just chose wasn't supposed to be a joke. Yeah. But I will say this, man. He's played football. He hasn't really done it much in Cleveland, off or on the field. I know there's a new lawsuit that just came out like last week.
Yeah.
But, you know, as a football player, and that was tough to watch, man. Like, you saw his Achilles rupture. You saw how emotional he got. Because, man, at the end of the day, like, you can say he's been playing bad. Dude, he has been taking a beating for them. He has taken so much brunt off all the other. Like, you know what's cool? You know what's cool about being a highly paid quarterback, one? How many sacks have been? Is every sack his fault? Have you heard someone say at this point in the year, man, their O-line really sucks? It just seems like everyone on social media is like, man, Deshaun Watson sucks. Deshaun Watson.
It really is. Watson. It really is the pay max. You know, me and you, we talked about it before. We wanted to do a film breakdown on Deshaun Watson, on basically how dog shit he was. Because we're watching the games. We're like, dude, like, what the hell's going on? And me and Max got through about 2.5 games of game film. And we're like, I mean, he's missing guy. He's not, of course, he's not Deshaun Watson of Houston Texans, but like there's more problems to this than just Deshaun Watson. And a lot of people don't like to look at it. But me and Max said it. We get it. We get that, like, the expectation that you're getting paid, you have to play at a certain level. And he 1000% wasn't playing up to that contract. And honestly, I don't think anyone could. Maybe Patrick Mahomes? That's about it. That's the only guy.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And you know what's crazy? I asked you guys when we were talking on Xbox the other day. I said, how old do you think he is? Someone goes 34. I think you said 30. Maybe Dak said 30. Yeah. I was like, he's 28. Yeah. He's still so young. Yeah. And I don't think he'll ever be able to turn back the clock. And if the Browns cut him, I don't think any other team will ever pick him up, because there's no reason, with what we've seen in Cleveland and with all the off the field stuff, to give him a chance. Like, and I don't know the medical. I haven't looked into it. Like, hey, now that he's injured, maybe he gets to, stay on the roster another year. Look, I want to root for him to come back as a football player, unless I find out, like, he did another bad thing. I mean, it's hard to root for him, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, look,
makes it hard.
I don't know about all the cases, man. I wasn't there. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. There's no way to. I don't know him. I don't know. He could be a good guy. You mean, I heard he was a good guy before, and then I heard he's a piece of shit, and it's just all weird and stuff. So, like, I want to root for him as a player to come back, because I really liked him as a player, but I think his best days are behind him, and it's done for Deshaun Watson. And I want to say this about the media. I sent you something. I don't know if you even looked at it. It was on Instagram. It was about Daniel Jones and the Giants. Do you remember what it said?
No, I haven't looked at it yet.
The Bleacher Report put out a fucking post. Clip this whole discussion. Bleacher Report put out a whole post that Daniel Jones benched in big red letters, and then posted his stat line. They literally just took him out when all the starters went out. And they posted that.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is it's literally like you just incited the whole fan base for all the fucking idiots to make noise who don't watch the games. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, he got benched. It's like, no. No, he didn't get benched. It was literally like, we lost. We don't want to get him killed more.
I need to make
that's the problem. That is the problem with just the Instagram and the Bleacher Report. Yeah. I think Bleacher Report's gone down the shitter.
The casual fan.
You are literally like you are lying basically about what happened, right? Yeah. And to all the fans that booed someone getting hurt, you guys suck. There's only one person I give a pass to. That's Juan, because I have to live with them. I have to live. No, I'm kidding. Like Juan, I would never. I hope he gets hurt. Devontae Adams.
I would never.
He said it, and I was like, I bet if he did, Juan would be like, I feel so guilty.
Yeah,
I didn't be like. I just want, and then Juan's like, I just want him to get hit hard and be like, walk it off, like, knock the wind out of it. But that's just the world we live in, I guess, and it sucks, man.
It's just crazy. Like your passion can get to you as a fan. We've all been there, but at the end of the day, like this shit's real life. Like the dude has to go through fucking rehab. Like he's already playing shitty, and it's gonna suck. So you got to feel for him some way or another. If anything, I would have just stayed quiet, like not cheer, not boo. I would have just been like, this is our fucking season. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
It sucks. All right, let's go on a higher note. Okay, let's go to the best team in football. Other than the Chiefs, let's go to the Detroit Lions, man. They beat the Minnesota Vikings.
Do you want some breaking news before we get into the game or after? I don't think you know this. No. Because I feel like you would have told me about it.
I don't.
What do you want? Before or after?
Before.
Jamison Williams is going to be suspended for 2 games for doing PEDs.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. I don't know what he did. I don't know. It's 2 games. So I'm like, I've never heard of a 2-game one. That makes me almost think like, was it like coke? Or was it like, I don't know. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
And it was, oh my God. Like, we're going to talk about the game, but just another minute, man. We made a video. We've been rooting for this guy. He seems to be getting on track, but like, again, he's his own worst enemy, man. It's just self-sabotage. And look, I know he didn't have a great game against Minnesota, but Juan, you have seen the strides like I have, I assume. Yes. Like, I'm like, oh, wow, he has become a focal point. Like, he gives them another guy they didn't have last year.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's just 2 games. Like, he could have, like, if he sprains an ankle, misses 2 games. But it's kind of just like, God damn, dude, I thought you were getting better.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to take it on the chin. I messed up. So, I mean, that's cool. Take accountability. But, like, come on, dude. Yeah. Stop.
It's tough. He wasn't really involved in this game. But, the Lions without Aiden Hutchinson, they kind of got like a 10-point lead in this one, and they quickly evaporated. They had to make some plays, and Minnesota climbed back. Minnesota is a fucking problem. They're a problem. They have a system. I think they're just as fucking good as any team out there. Like they can throw hands with the best of them. I don't know if they're gonna win the Super Bowl, but man, that team has some fucking grit, bro. The fact that they stripped Montgomery, Ivan Pace to the house.
That's not an easy person.
Yeah.
Not an easy person to do.
So, the Lions can impose their will, because there was a point in that game where you thought the Lions were going to just kind of, speed away from them and be like, it's over. And it wasn't over. Like, they kept on fucking fighting. And that seemed like a playoff game. It did.
That absolutely did. Yeah, it was kind of like fighting for like the Minnesota's like, we're undefeated, dude. You're coming in our house at my dinner table,
right?
Like, no.
I've said it before. I just want to say it again. Jared Goff, bro. I mean, he was blitzed more than half of the time in this game by the Vikings. He took shots on the chin, threw a couple picks, but you know what? he made some fucking plays in this one, bro. There was a shot that he had to St. Brown to get the game-winning field goal. When he was on the Rams, he would never make that throw. Ever.
No, that ball's getting skipped.
And it was on a rope, Max. It was on a rope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I know the exact what you're talking about. Yeah. Hats off to, honestly, I don't feel like there's a loser this game.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel the Lions and Vikings just showed me like they're for real. They're going to compete. Yeah. And I will say this, one thing you've talked about is like, it was awesome to see Jahmyr Gibbs like kind of pop off. And
yeah, I want to say something on that. Look, I love Monty. I love him. Okay.
He got banged up too. He got banged up in the game.
He always gets banged up. This is my thing. I think the Lions have to have a better balance. I know they love Monty. I want to say this. I know he's good. But for games like this, I think Jahmyr Gibbs is just fucking needed, bro. He's a firecracker, bro. He's waiting to fucking pop every single play. And Monty just doesn't have that ability. I would like Monty a little bit better for them a guy to stay on track. Now, I'm not saying don't give him carries all the way, but just I think they're giving him the ball a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much.
Do you want to guess? And this is going to kind of hurt your argument. Do you want to guess the amount of carries each guy has had?
Has Gibbs had more? A lot more?
It's 50-50. It's 84 for Monty and it's 81 for Gibbs. But it just I agree with you. It just seems like Montgomery gets. I would kind of be like, like, hey, I want more Gibbs, dude. I feel like I want to see 60-40 Gibbs. I don't want to see 50-50.
Yeah, anymore. That's a good one. 60-40 Gibbs. I'm not saying take away Monty, but 60-40 Gibbs.
Because he does help. Like, don't get me wrong. He softens up that defense. He's a piece. He just makes it really tough.
And you know what?
But in my opinion, it's just a little too much.
He can run through the tackles. He's proven.
Oh yeah.
He can. He's an all down back, bro. Gibbs is special, bro. Gibbs is fucking special. But Lions and Vikes, great game. Felt like a playoff game. Lions looking like one of the best teams in the league, if not the best. Great game for them.
And by the way, just to add one more point, on the carries, Gibbs is averaging 5.7, and Monty's like 4.2.
Which is still good for Monty.
Yeah, because Monty, a lot of the Monty's runs are like, hey, get up there and just smash them.
They're the Jacobs runs.
Get two. Yeah, 100%.
Speaking of Josh Jacobs and the NFC North, Green Bay Packers beat the Houston Texans. Not a lot of offense in this game. CJ Stroud threw for under 100 yards. Jordan Love had a couple touchdowns. The story of this game, though, was the fucking defense for the Packers, man. It's legit. I was saying it last week. We didn't spend that much on it. I'm ready to say that they're a Super Bowl contender. I think they're a sleeping giant. A lot of people are gonna look at that Minnesota game and be like, they got messed up. But a lot of people forget Jordan Love's first game back. I don't think he shouldn't have been playing in that game. Malik Willis should have played in that game. He wasn't ready. Came in there, threw a bunch of picks. I like what the Packers have, bro. And I can't wait to see them against the Lions. I think they're special because they have something that they haven't had in a long time, and that's a elite defense. That's the reason why they won that game. It wasn't because of their offense. It was because of their defense. They have Jair Alexander playing on all cylinders. Rashawn Gary. They got two of the best safeties arguably playing right now as far as like at this moment. They got a kid named Evan Williams that they had, a rookie. He's playing amazing. Xavier McKinney. They're ballers, bro. They're balling out there. And a lot of their guys that they drafted this year and last year are playing pretty fucking well. I love the Green Bay Packers. I'm buying all the stock right now on the Packers. Like, if you're a betting guy, bet some money on the Packers because I feel like they're going to be in the NFC Championship. That's how I feel.
So I will say this about the Texans, and I want to talk about the quarterbacks. I want to say this. Nico Collins being out, this was the first thing I was like, oh, they definitely missed maker.
Yeah.
And it just kind of reaffirmed my belief that Stephon Diggs is no longer elite. He's just a really good receiver. He's a number 2. he was a superstar, so he can have those moments. But he's not the type of guy like Jair Alexander always takes his lunch money.
Yes,
it seems like. Next thing I will talk about. We talked about this. We talked about a thing called temperament. Temperament is kind of how you are as a person. Like I would say temperament wise, I'm more laid back. Juan, pretty laid back dude, but we can both get fiery. I think I'm quicker to get fiery than you are. And I bring this up because I want to talk about the temperament of the two quarterbacks. And I think they're a great case because of this. I think Jordan Love is so fucking aggressive. It's scary. It's like, and you disagreed with this, but you're wrong. It's like second and 10 with like 8 seconds, and he launches a ball 50 yards downfield to go for the kill. I'm like, dude, you're going to win with the kick. I understand we're scared of the kicker. That throw has no benefit. It's only like a 10% chance he catches it, and like 90% chance other crap can happen. Yeah, I get you. It could be an incompletion, but hey, maybe the ball gets batted, turnover, right? And this is what I'm talking about with temperament. And I feel like these two guys, Stroud and Love, are completely opposite. I think Stroud in this game was too conservative. And I think Stroud kind of teeters on being conservative. And I'm not saying, hey, he does push the ball downfield, but he kind of really chooses his shots, right? It's not like Jordan Love's like, fuck it. He's down there. I can throw it.
This is how the Texans play their game, though, Max. It's ugly. It's ugly. I know a lot of people like to think that they dominate because at certain points in the game, they do dominate, but they do. They win ugly. And it was an ugly game.
They were going to win. They were in position to win this game with only 70 passing yards. And kind of some of that was Jordan Love, like giving them life, throwing a pick, giving them short fields. But this is what I'm talking about. Like Jordan Love's temperament as a passer is ultra aggressive. I wish he would rein it in a little bit. Like to me, it's just a little too. It's too much. Like he's too much on the top. It's like he's got Aaron Rodgers on one shoulder and then Brett Favre, and he's like, "What'd you say, Brett? Huh?
Who was worse, Josh Allen or Love?"
Oh man, they're. I think right now Love's worse than Allen, but in their primes, I don't know. They're both. Allen was pretty bad. Allen's like, if I can throw it in there.
I mean, Allen's still in his prime, but Allen has learned.
No, in his prime of just like Joshy
being
Allen,
Joshy,
like to talk about. Yeah. Jordy Love. The
Jordy Love, that's so a good one.
Jordy Love thinks, hey, I can fit that bitch in there. Like Jordy Love's never seen a throw he can't throw. Yeah. Right?
Just like Joshy.
Yeah.
He'll learn.
What's crazy because it's like, I honestly think right now he is the most aggressive quarterback in the league by far when it comes to throws. Would you agree, Jordan Love? He is balls to the wall aggressive. Like, I want to push.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite side, CJ Stroud is like a robot where he's like, a little too much. Too, not enough open for me. And again, CJ Stroud is an aggressive thrower too. It's not like, he's never aggressive. No,
he's not passive.
But more times than it's just like find the open man, boom, 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 5, 10. Like he's not just launching it like with reckless abandon. And I think each guy could learn from the other.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud could learn to be like, hey, got to get my chance. Even if I throw a pick, we got to be a little like I would have loved to see CJ Stroud kind of throw a pick and be like, yo, not all picks are created equal, right? Like, hey, that pick Aaron Rodgers threw to Garrett Wilson isn't the same as that Brock Purdy pick where he threw it right to the guy on the Chiefs.
Right.
Not the out route, but in the red zone where there's two guys, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I want CJ Stroud to be a hair more aggressive, and I want Jordan Love to be a hair less aggressive. And that's what I thought was interesting about this game, watching both guys. This game I really want to watch on film.
Yeah, he'll learn.
Because I want to see if CJ Stroud wasn't just like just let it rip, dude.
Yeah.
You got to give him a chance.
I mean, Josh Allen this year, I'm pretty sure he didn't throw a pick this week, right?
Josh Allen.
Yeah, he still hasn't thrown a pick.
So.
You kind of seen it last year with him, where he was Joshy Allen a lot. This year, I mean, he's been great, and it's been taking him a couple years to get to this level. It's gonna take time for Jordan Love.
Can I ask you a question real quick? I know we got to wrap it up. Yeah, second year starting. What is a good amount of interceptions a year? Like, what's a safe amount? Like, what's when we're not like, that's
it
not
all
too
depends.
Much.
I feel like 12 or 13.
See, because last year Josh Allen threw 18, right? It was a lot.
Yeah.
But like the other years, 14, 15, 10. Like me personally, like CJ Stroud threw 4, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like if you throw 5 or less, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. You see,
That's
but some
freaking
guys,
crazy.
some like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers loves the fucking stat watch. He likes that little touchdown interception ratio. And I hate shit like that. One of the best quarterbacks that didn't give a fuck about that I loved, Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck didn't care about picks, but they were smart picks. See, there's differences in picks. Like we said with Brock Purdy earlier.
But I will say this, in Rodgers' defense, when he was in his prime, though, it was ridiculous. It was like, dude, he never makes a, like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, and hey, like I remember, and I know football is completely different from the 80s, but like Phil Simms used to say, Bill Belichick, like, if you don't throw a pick or two, you're not being aggressive enough. So like, I bet that is like the most forbidden statement ever in today's NFL. Like, no
yeah,
picks,
I'm not that big on picks. Honestly, I feel like they should start counting picks on the receiver side with all these advanced stats. Because some of the time it's the receiver's fault 100%.
Garrett Wilson. That was like, dude,
yeah.
What's the quarterback?
That should be a stat for receivers, is like interceptions cost or whatever. But
it's like a just track it. Just track it just to see.
Yeah. But
I wonder who'd be the leader of that. That'd be a good one to figure out.
But I've never been like so like fucked up towards quarterbacks who throw picks. To me, picks are all counted differently. Like, of course, if you got the mass shot, pick 6, that's fucking terrible. But if you got a pick that it's 3rd down and 15 and you're on your 35-yard line and you throw a go ball and the guy picks it off at the 20-yard line, it's a fucking punt.
No big deal.
Yeah.
No big deal.
You took a shot. You had 2 things to go your way. Receiver could have caught it. Could have got a flag. I'll take it. All right. But I think that's going to do it. Great conversations, Max. Great conversations.
Yeah. We were angry and we got it out, which was good.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. Make sure to like the video. All that good stuff. Check out the new content that we got on the channel, man. Me and Max are doing some big things. Max is doing his thing with a lot of tier rankings, a lot of ranking videos. He just ranked all the rookies, basically defense and offense, both separate videos. Go check those out.
In on some of these, he doesn't want to participate. Typical one.
Me and Max just did a MJC original. We did one on Andrew Van Ginkel. One of the linebackers, one of the most underrated linebackers in the league. All right. Go ahead and check that out. I'll put the link in this video for you guys if you guys want to check it out. We're doing some big things. So go ahead and check all that stuff out on the channel. More stuff coming out in the next couple of weeks. We hope you guys have been enjoying it. Max, do you have any last words?
We'll see you soon. NBA starts tomorrow. That's fun.
Remember when our podcast was NBA a little bit? That shit died.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind bringing it back, but I mean, it's just so NBA sucks. It really is a joke.
Tough.
They don't take it seriously.
It's tough to keep narratives in fucking January? No, not even January. Like December, January,
October.
Yeah,
December. Yeah,
it's tough.
Shout out to Bronny and Braun.
We'll have Lakers corner again. That's our thing.
Yeah.
We'll do Lakers corner.
Yeah.
All right.
Connect.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.